Hello everyone, we are getting a massive wave of incredible new releases, but today we are skipping the solo grind. We are looking strictly at the absolute best new co-op roguelikes and roguelites you can jump into right now with your friends. Well, let's get into the list. The Last Citadel is a chaotic third-person roguelite shooter that basically answers the question, what if Borderlands and Vermintide had a baby directly on top of a black hole? You get to run through procedurally generated dungeons, hunt for cursed weapons, and fight brutal raid bosses with a massive arsenal of rockets, lasers, and swords. The co-op in this game is a true team experience. On higher difficulties, mindless shooting won't cut it. You and up to 3 friends have to actually lock in and play MMO-style roles like tank, DPS, and healer. There is nothing quite like watching your friends screaming for their life while you casually drop a healing circle on them. Rogue Fist is a chaotic 4-player roguelike dungeon crawler where you fight endless waves of the undead, and it is the absolute perfect game for anyone who loves pixelated violence. You get to smash through bullet storms, level up your character, and collect an insane amount of loot. The co-op aspect is pure, hilarious friendship destruction. Teamwork is entirely optional, but throwing your friends directly into danger is mandatory. You can choose to revive your teammates when they die, or you can just accidentally sacrifice them to a horde of enemies to save yourself. Whether you play with up to 3 friends or tackle the daily challenge solo, it is an absolute blast. Circle Empires 2 is a fast-paced RTS roguelike that asks the ultimate question, what if the entire world was made of giant floating circles? There is no boring diplomacy here, it is just pure chaotic conquest. The co-op mode is where you and your friends can really cause some mayhem. You share the map and have to coordinate your expansion together. If you expand too fast, you get wiped out. But if your friend turtles up like a coward, the enemy will outgrow you both. It is a total blast to build a massive army together and snowball through the map, at least until your units get confused by the edge of a circle and start playing tag with a single enemy. Bounty Brawl Most Wanted is a super fast cyberpunk shooter where you and up to 3 friends hunt down the galaxy's biggest criminals for a massive payday. You get 8 totally different characters to play with, like a guy who shoots giant worm swarms and another who fires a rocket launcher to the beat of the music. The co-op starts out as awesome teamwork. You use giant lassos to swing across gaps and jump the bosses together. But here is the best part. The exact second the boss dies, the teamwork is completely over. You and your friends instantly turn on each other in a final free-for-all brawl to steal the loot. The winner gets a crown, and the losers get called clowns. Really a funny way to end your friendship. Serpent's Gaze is a punishing Souls-like action game with a roguelike twist that is absolutely perfect for ruining a Friday night with your friends. You play as a tree god's minion sent to clean up a desert the only way video game characters know how, extreme violence. The 4-player co-op is where the real bonding happens. The combat is heavily tactical, meaning if your friend misses a dodge, they get immediately flattened by a ruthless boss. Furthermore, the random curses also keep runs fresh by throwing environmental hazards at your squad, while blessings let you coordinate insane team builds. The Spell Brigade takes the typical Vampire Survivors formula and adds a feature that instantly makes it better: online co-op. You and your friends play as a bunch of wizards running around completing objectives like gathering mushrooms and closing dark portals, all while getting swarmed by thousands of monsters. The multiplayer is where the game actually shines because the gold grind in this game is brutally slow when you play alone. Working together lets you combine weapons, share healing spells, and survive the late game missions that border on impossible. It turns a tedious grind into a beautiful festival of friendly fire and chaos.
Welcome to LORT.
The name LORT sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it is secretly a fantastic fantasy alternative to Risk of Rain 2. You and up to 7 friends can jump into this action roguelite and destroy waves of enemies together. The weapon variety is pure comedy. You can wield a normal sword, a squid attached to a staff, or literally 3 guns taped to a stick. The massive 8-player co-op is where the real chaos happens. The screen gets completely covered in explosions and goofy power-ups as your squad tries to survive. It is a perfect, affordable game to cause absolute mayhem with your friends. Temtem Swarm takes the familiar monster-catching formula and turns it into a chaotic, surprisingly forgiving bullet hell. Think Vampire Survivors, but with cute creatures, massive skill trees, and a lot less turn-based waiting around. The online co-op is where the real fun begins. You and your friends can pick your favorite monsters, evolve them mid-run, and collectively panic when a giant boss shows up at the 20-minute mark. Your monsters are surprisingly tanky, which is great for making mistakes, but you are still going to die a lot. Throw a headset on your friends and find out exactly which friend lacks basic dodging skills. Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Corps trades the honest mining life for pure shoot-'em-up roguelite action. You play as elite dwarf reclaimers, which basically means you shoot waves of monsters while racing against a strict mission timer. The co-op aspect turns upgrade time into a hilarious group argument. When your squad mines enough green crystal, everyone has to gather around a screen to fight over a randomized pool of perks. You can play support classes to drop armor restoring zones for the team, or just choose the time travel class to fix your own mistakes without talking to anyone. Grab your friends, hop on Discord, and get ready to shoot some aliens together. Rotwood is a vibrant, hand-drawn roguelite brawler from the creators of Don't Starve, and it is an absolute masterpiece if you love beating up corrupted monsters with your friends. The combat completely ditches mindless button mashing, forcing you to actually learn precise dodge timings and weapon rhythms. While playing solo is fine, the 4-player co-op is where the real magic happens. It turns into a beautiful festival of controlled chaos. You and your friends will be screaming over voice chat while chaining combos, stacking explosive power-ups, and desperately scrambling to revive each other during brutal boss fights. Delivery and Beyond is a chaotic, free-to-play co-op roguelike that takes the Lethal Company formula and turns the physics up to 11. You and up to 4 friends enter hazardous maps armed with giant vacuums to suck up random junk, meet your quota, and try not to die. The co-op is pure, unadulterated comedy thanks to the physics engine. Instead of just walking, you can literally prop surf by riding the giant objects you pick up. There is nothing better than watching your friend fly past your screen on a piece of scrap right before they get obliterated by a monster. It is completely free, highly replayable, and the ultimate way to scream at your friends without spending a dime.
I think it's good. Oh my god!
You should have went big.
Can't even go all in.
Gamble with Your Friends is a chaotic casino roguelike where you and up to 5 friends share one bank account and one massive debt. The goal is simple. You have 5 minutes to gamble, buy sketchy items, and hit a loan shark's daily quota or face the consequences. The co-op is absolute psychological horror disguised as a party game. Nothing bonds a squad quite like collective financial ruin. You will literally watch your friend accidentally bet the entire group fund on a rigged game because they felt it in their bones. When the balance hits negative, you can even sell a teammate's kidney to a shady merchant for luck items. It is a total blast to watch your relationships crumble in real time.
Screwing up.
Maltisa, please.
You went too big when you should have went small.
41,000, Sammy.
Slay the Spire 2 is a masterclass in roguelike deck building, but the absolute best part of this sequel is the brand new co-op mode. Forget climbing the Spire alone because now you can bring your friends along to share the pain. Multiplayer completely changes the strategy. Monsters get beefier, but you and your squad can stack insane debuffs like Vulnerable over voice chat. The synergy is hilarious. Your friend can run a slow scaling deck while you play Bodyguard, and if you play a fragile character and die, you get revived as long as one friend survives. You even share relic drops and throw potions at each other like true heroes. It is a total blast to cackle maniacally while pulling off a degenerate combo together. Slay the Spire 2 is a mandatory co-op experience. Pratfall is a downward climbing adventure where you, your friends, and gravity are all worst enemies. The plot is hilarious because a dog park construction site opened up a massive sinkhole, all the dogs fell in, and now you have to drill and explode your way down to rescue them. It is peak Friendslop for a casual game night. You just play for a few hours, watch goofy stuff happen, and laugh when your clumsy teammate plunges to their death. You can choose to revive them or just toss a bomb at them for the content. Grab 3 friends and go save those pups.
Oh no, why would you do this? No. Here we go.
KLETKA is a chaotic co-op horror roguelike where you and your squad are trapped in a giant man-eating elevator. This lift is a needy toddler, run out of gas, and you must feed it trash, rats, or your dead teammates. Nothing beats the pure comedy of sacrificing your friend for fuel. Every floor you stop on is a total fever dream. The layout changes constantly, gravity goes out the window, and wall worms are just waiting to jump you. With 6-player proximity chat, hearing your friend's voice echo down a dark hallway right before they get jumped by wall worms is absolute gold. It's cheap, chaotic, and a total blast to panic manage. That's all for today's list. Subscribe and like for more exciting new roguelike and roguelite games. That's it, and see you next time.